Hi, I'm Sonia and I help people take their power back. This video is going to be about wavering. And somebody specifically asked me what it's like to not waver. And honestly, I don't know that I've ever manifested anything where I didn't still waver, but I still got my shit. The problem is when you're most of the time wavering and doubting and questioning. So in my experience, whenever I've had things that have manifested, I decided that that's how it was going to be. And then whenever that subject would come up in my head, I would not allow myself to think of it any other way than the way I wanted it to be. Now, this is easier with things that the terms that other people would use would be that you don't have a lot of resistance towards. So what does that mean? So yeah, you can judge me for this. I don't fucking care. This is what's coming, the story that's coming to mind. So I got a jury summons last year and I was like, absolutely no, I don't want to go to that. That sounds horrendous. And so I just decided in my head, they don't need me. They don't need me. That happens. They just don't need jurors that day. So you get dismissed and you don't even have to go to the courthouse, nothing. And I decided that that's what was going to happen. I'm like, I'm not going. I don't want to go. No. So instead of in the past, because I've gotten jury summonses in the past, and in the past I would have been like, I'm worried about this, I have to take off work, and like all the things, I would worry about it. And that would be the thing that would constantly be in my head, is that it's going to go and blah, 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 I have to go, and this, you know, all the things that go with not wanting to do something, right? This time I just decided, no. I don't have to go. They don't need me. They don't need me. They don't need me. I would imagine telling my mom, yeah, they don't need me. They don't need me. So whenever the thought process would come up, I'd be like, yeah, they don't need me. I had the jury summons where I usually eat. So at least breakfast, if not like at least 2 meals a day I eat there. And it was sitting right there. And every time I would pass by it or sit down and eat, they don't need me. They're not going to 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 need me. Guess what happened? They didn't need me. And I didn't even have to go to the courthouse. They dismissed us because they didn't need jurors that week. I didn't doubt it. I just decided I didn't care one way or another. It's like, if I have to go, like, it is what it is, whatever. But I didn't want to go. So it's like, it'd be cool if I don't have to go. But if I do, whatever, I'll go, you know. There wasn't like a life or death, like this has to happen. And I was like, whatever, cool. I was content with it being either way. Did I waver? Yeah, because my dominant thought was, I don't want to do this and I don't want to have to go to this and that kind of shit. But I would correct myself. No. They don't need me. 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 They don't need me, until the thought passed. So not wavering isn't being perfect and never thinking against the thing. It's not allowing yourself, I'm trying to like find the words to describe how, like, explain what I have experienced and how I wish somebody would have just said it to me so that I would have understood it. You know what I mean? Because they say don't waver. Like, don't waver, don't waver. And it's not, like I said, if the opposite thought comes up, it's choosing what you want to be true instead and telling yourself, no, no, I don't have to do that. Or that it is this way, right? Like I said, I didn't really give a fuck one way or another if I actually had to go. It would have been nice, that when you talk about bigger or more important things, when you fully understand that manifesting is just your thoughts, you will understand why nothing is big or small to manifest. Okay? People will say this. I've heard a lot of people say this. It is the same to manifest a penny as it is $1 million. And I believe that it is. The process of manifesting is always the same. It's choosing this up here, right? Where you're going to have those topics that are harder for you is because of the experiences that you had with them in the past. I didn't have a whole drawn out quote unquote story about getting out of jury duty. I was like, it happens, it doesn't happen, I don't fuck, like, I'll whatever. But I knew people who that has happened to where they didn't end up needing them and they didn't have to go. So, like, it was a possibility. It wasn't like something, like, for me, money is one that I'm still fucking working on. Because I have had such a shitty relationship with money in my past that I'm still navigating those waters and getting my money situation the way I want it to be. But it comes down to making the choice of, I'm not going to think those thoughts anymore, and I am not going to tell those stories. And I'm not going to let other people's bullshit influence what I want to experience in my money situation. Right? So, where getting out of jury duty was like, just tell myself that, because my biggest wavering, opposing thought or resistance to it was, you're going to have to go. Right? Where with money, there's a lot more to it, right? You have to work for money. You have to work hard for money. You have to have a job. You have to work your way up in companies. You have to save your money. The list goes on and on and on of all the shit that you're taught about money and how money works and how you can get money and how you can't get money. And that's where it's harder to manifest that bigger shit, because there's just more stuff that you are beating your head up against. And that's why things seem bigger. But at the end of the day, it's a choice. When you're thinking those thoughts that you don't want to be true about whatever topic, I just use money as an example, you catch yourself and you go back to thinking what you want to be true instead. That's why I am a very big fan of having that shit ready to go and making it very simple. I literally have like one affirmation that is my go-to. I have gotten to the point now where when I catch myself thinking shit I don't want to be true, I can easily go, yeah, no, that's not true. This is true instead. I didn't start there. I did not start there. I had so much going on up here that like I couldn't do it in the moment. And that was part of what led me to my belief of not being able to manifest, was because the person who was teaching me was like, just flip the thought. I couldn't do it. Like I couldn't do it. But I could sit down and be like, here's 4 to 5 things I want to be true about money instead of what currently is. But no matter how you do it, wavering is a choice. You get to choose how you think about literally everything. So what way are you gonna choose to confirm the way that it is, or are you gonna affirm the way you want it to be? Because whatever you're telling yourself in the present moment is going to become what you're experiencing. And you have to believe and have faith that it's going to work. Something else that you may need to add into the things that seem bigger is money was the easiest thing to manifest. That thing that seems hard, that was the easiest thing for me to manifest. I think I'm going to end it there. I'm having more topics coming up, but I think that it's going to go into the next video. So if you feel like this video is incomplete, go ahead and watch the video that I'm going to put out tomorrow. I'm going to talk more on the bigger manifestation topic, but when it comes to wavering, it's a choice. And it's always going to be a choice. Manifestation is your mindset. Are you going to choose to tell yourself the things that you want to be true or the things that you don't? Are you going to see things as a problem or an opportunity? Are you going to look at the problems or are you going to look for solutions? This is where people get that whole positive negative, and I don't feel like that's the right fucking wording. Thinking about money, having money and not having money. Positive would be having money, negative would be not having money, but that's like way more complicated than it needs to be. What do you want to be true? Think thoughts like that and don't let yourself think anything else. It's a choice. And it is a 24/7 choice. But here's the thing. You're thinking the thoughts anyway. Now it's time to choose what thoughts you're going to be thinking. Because as you do it more, those become your natural thoughts. And just like you had the autopilot of a shitty life, you're going to have the autopilot of amazingness because you know how to do it. And less things are going to seem big and major. Thank you so much for watching. Love and light.